Okay, hello everyone. Today we are at the guitar department, which is right next door to Lay's Guitar Loft. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna check out the guitar department.
We can start advertising some smaller shops and stuff there too.
So here we are at the guitar department, and this is the owner. Tell everybody what your name is.
Hi, my name's Ed Michalik. I'm the owner of the guitar department.
And you are next door to?
We're next door to Lay's Guitar Repair.
Right. So you have two places to shop when you come down here to Akron. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself? How long you been here?
We opened up 12 years ago in another storefront across the street and moved into this building 10 years ago. Been selling mostly used guitars up until the pandemic, and we were slowly bringing in new lines, and we've kind of ramped it up and brought in a lot more new lines.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the pandemic actually helped quite a few businesses in some aspects because people are at home, bored, and now they want to play music. So we want to get the word out there of small shops. Everybody knows Guitar Center and Sam Ash. It's like McDonald's, same thing over and over. You got to look for the little shops like this to find the cool stuff that's hiding. So why don't you show us around, tell us what you have.
Sure, you're definitely going to find some unique things in here. Like I said, we generally do a lot of used, but our inventory isn't showing that right now. Got a section of lefties up front, some new stuff from Danelectro.
You got to go around this way.
Tajima, Sterling, Recording King, and we also have a few used items, a few Ibanez. Always try to keep a good selection of lefties in for the lefty players.
Well, that's good because the lefties get left out a lot.
Well, it's challenging for store owners too, because some manufacturers don't even offer lefties. Oh, we have a Paul Reed Smith lefty too. We just brought in a
oh, yeah, there it is.
A custom 24 SE left-handed and sunburst. And we like to support the locals too. We're a Reverend dealer. They're out of Toledo, Ohio. Their headquarters is there. Carry a wide line of effects pedals, the whole line of Earthquaker pedals, a giant selection of Electro Harmonix, some TC electronics. We just added J-Rocket and Source Audio to our line, plus plenty of used. There's probably a few I'm forgetting in there. Always try to keep an eclectic selection of used stuff on the wall as well, and all the accessories.
So what do you got over here with the ZRs on the headstocks? What are these?
Well, those are Reverends. That's the company out of Toledo.
All right.
They do a real nice job with.
Oh, it looked like a ZR, but it's I see.
It's a
R.
flying R.
Yeah, it's a flying R.
Yeah, that's their logo.
Yep.
Yep, and new Supro. I've got Paul Reed Smiths. I have the USA built CE24 and the CE24 hollow body, and then a S2 USA made or a standard 24. Excuse me. The Violet Burst CE24 and the Arize Verde Burst CE24 hollow body. Those are one of a kind in those finishes.
Yeah, that's really pretty. It looks like you have a reverse V down there as well.
We do. That's kind of our store mascot. That's one of 400, and it's been with us from the beginning. I'm going to find the right guy to buy that one day.
Right.
We do a little bit of vintage as well. I've got a 74 EB4L long scale bass.
Cherry.
Rick 4001.
Mind if I sit back here?
Come on back.
Got my.
Watch your step. It's a little crowded in here. And we support the local string company, SIT. They're made right 5 miles up the road from us. They do a great job with their strings, sell a ton of them, people love them. And we have a wide selection, Ernie Ball, Diodario, just all the staples.
Right.
Paul Reed Smith strings as well.
What seems to be your most popular one you sell?
My best line this year has been Paul Reed Smith. Historically, I sell a ton of Danelectros. I get a lot of Danelectros. I have a good relationship with the rep. I buy a lot of their first qualities. I buy some of their cosmetic glums, which saves people money.
Right.
The last load that I bought, there was a bunch of prototypes in with it. So that Aqua 64 bass, that's supposedly the only one in that color, and when they built the prototype, they did the pickup positioning a little bit different. So that's
Oh
a
yeah,
one-of-a-kind.
it's like centered. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a one-of-a-kind bass. I've got a few more like that on the floor that are prototypes. That Longhorn bass in black, that with that head cut, that's one of a kind. And then I have a color that's not offered typically, that blue that I don't have a name for there. So
This one hiding in the back here?
hiding in the back, yep.
Yeah, that is really pretty.
Yep.
Very nice color. I could see how if you pointed that out, that you could overlook it because it is similar to the surf green type. I don't know if that is surf green.
Well, I believe,
I think that's what Fender calls it, but
yeah, they typically call it seafoam green.
There you go.
But that's some aqua. I can't remember the exact name.
you got a quilt top. What is this?
That's the Tajima line. It's a Brazilian company that does a really nice job with lower to mid-price guitars, and they build some custom-made premium guitars in Brazil. I haven't really sampled any of those yet, but that's a beautiful guitar with a lot of nice appointments, a roast maple neck for $6.99 brand new.
Yeah, that is a good deal.
And I do a little bit of vintage. I got that Sun 610L cabinet, probably from the early 70s.
And it's got 610s in it?
Yep. I bought that in a studio buyout. The guy had a studio full of stuff and ended up getting a lot of quirky stuff that you normally don't see.
And it's in really good shape. That's the bottom of it, and all the Tolex is still on it.
Yeah, you can tell it had wheels on its entire life.
Yeah.
And we do carry some Fender stuff used. I've got a couple standard Strats, and the black one's a limited edition black chrome. I think it's an FSR Strat, or might have been when they were just doing limited edition before the FSR was introduced. And I actually have a couple Sterling, the odd-looking white and the aqua ones there. Those are the Mariposa model.
Right.
Those are new for 2021. I got in on the early shipments of those, so I actually have them in stock. I've got a Cutlass CT50 with a roasted maple neck from Sterling too. That's a new model. I've got this black and gold Jared Dines model that's usually only purchased through the artist's website, but we ended up getting a blem from them, so we ended up being able to carry something that other dealers don't normally see.
I love blemishes and B-stock and seconds, and
it's a great way to save money.
It is.
And most of the ones that come through, it's the kind of mark you'd put on it in the first week or two of playing it anyway.
Well, yeah, just like with Stratosphere, I bought a few husks from there, and they always have some kind of little blemish on it somewhere, you know.
Yeah, probably 90% of the time it's very hard to tell what they're blumming it out for.
You got quite a few selection of amps here too. I guess we'll go ahead and finish your wall tour though.
That's my PRS SEs. I just brought in Aria Pro 2, famous line from the 70s. It's back to importing into the US, and we ended up bringing them in, and I don't have it out, but I actually have the very last black and gold Cliff Burton bass that's unsold from a dealer.
Really?
And that's available for sale, but I've got it stored away because I don't really want it handled. It's pristine and brand new.
Yep.
And it's the kind of thing a collector would want a great example of, and it is.
You got some really nice examples of the SEs here. Beautiful flame tops.
They do a great job for the price points they put them out for. I mean, they pretty much blow anybody else away that's doing that kind of thing. I've been mid-price guitar dealers. You know, I've had lines like ESP and Schecter, and I love them. But since I got the PRSs in, they're leaps and bounds above the other people as far as quality.
Back when I first started collecting, all I collected was Epiphones, so I didn't know much about guitars, and I liked Les Pauls. But if I had to start over again, I would start with Paul Reed Smith SE models because they're just so nice.
Yeah, they're
compared
awesome.
to the Epiphone ones.
They offer a lot of guitar for the money, and you can tell the quality's there.
I see you got quite a few acoustics as well.
We do. We're a Washburn dealer, a Recording King dealer. I've been a Recording King dealer forever, and I usually get a lot of blums from them too, and I save people a lot of money with those. We have some Tajima acoustic electrics.
Look at that green. That is.
Yeah, we just brought in some Arias acoustics, and I'm pleasantly surprised with how nice they sound for the money. I think that one's
$279.
$279.
That looks like a really nice guitar.
And they come in like distressed blue and red. I'm always fighting to get good colors for acoustics. Right. It seems like that most of the manufacturers only want to make colorful beginner acoustics.
Right.
And I'm always trying to find some stuff that has a little bit of difference to it. The stock.
Have a huge selection of stuff in here, and that's why it's kind of hard to walk around in here.
Yeah, we've got the Kala Ukes too, bringing their Waterman Ukes starting from $40 on up to that striped ebony one. I think is close to $279 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And a couple acoustic electric Ukes. I've got 2 U basses on the way. I keep bringing them in. They keep selling them before I can even advertise them.
Well, that's a good thing.
So I've brought in a couple extras. They should be landing pretty soon. We're always getting new stuff. That's a nice learn to play kit with a bag. All of this stuff is available on my Reverb page, the guitar department. Okay. You can access that through edbuysguitars.com. That's kind of our other trademark.
Okay.
So,
well, on videos, I usually once I figure out a person in their shop, I'll show them their websites, and then I show them their Reverb page and all that kind of stuff. So I make it known where to.
Where else are you going to find an Elvis uke?
Right.
And for amps, we're a Marshall dealer. We're a Paul Reed Smith dealer, and I get a ton of used stuff too. We're Ampeg for bass. We still do a little bit of Blackstar. I've brought in more Marshall than Blackstar lately, but still dealing those.
A really nice Vox right there. That is nice.
Yeah,
I just got an
I can't
AC-15.
keep spinning around because it confuses this.
Take it here. There's a nice Vox there.
I mean, when I spin around, for some reason, it gets all discombobulated and starts aiming up and right. And yeah.
Still the learning curve, huh?
Most of my videos, I set this up. It's stationary, and I'm working on guitars. So it's not too difficult that way because you're not touching it.
I see 3 ebony SEs up there. The ebony there, and you got the cherry, then you got the other ebony, then you got the Paul sheet there.
Yeah, that's a 24.5. That's a Gibson scale. So if you're a Les Paul guy at all, that'll feel real familiar.
What should go through guitar sticks?
$12.99.
So you got this clock there. Look at the clock.
Oh,
That's
nice.
a really.
Which one did you take? The gold one or the black
really
one?
old Vox head here. Look at this.
No, there's either a gold frame or a black frame.
Well, my gimbal decided it didn't want to
Which one
look.
do you They're both the same graphic.
Well, check out this old Vox head here.
I bought 2 of them. I figured whichever one was left over,
$1,000.
I would make the shop clock.
It's definitely a
Here,
vintage.
let the customer choose the
piece
first
here.
one. Nice.
I would like a harmonic.
Yeah.
Canyon, but I want the bigger canyon.
Yeah, I actually have to do an order with them. I'm out of
can't tell
some
if this is
SKUs,
tube
but
or not, but
I wish I could stock it all at the same time.
this old Vox head, is it a tube?
No, that's an actual beetle head. Those were solid state from when they were making them in Italy.
That is really cool.
I'm not telling what I got set up. I got it set up so it's clean out. I got to get a reverb and I got to get a flanger. That's where the canyon comes in, the big one. I like the Ocean 12 because there's a lot to it. I like big tunnels like that. I can see more stuff.
There's a huge selection of pedals.
Nice.
A lot of Electro Harmonix, Ernie Ball.
Still on.
Yeah. Can you ring me up? You go ahead and ring me up. Okay. We'll ask you something.
Are these tube or are these solid states down here? These vintage Silvertone and
The one on the left, the Silvertone, is, I think it's a circa 70 twin 12. That's all tube.
Oh, wow.
That's a Danelectro made amp.
It's got some huge tubes in there.
And the
Oh,
one
hold
to
on,
the
I
right
gotta-
is a Heathkit
Wow.
solid state.
that's even got the vintage Jensens in it still.
The size of a transformer.
Yeah. That is cool.
I don't see a reverb tank.
It's got some kind of
Yeah, something with
tank.
it's round.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that's a reverb tank.
Really?
They did it a little bit differently.
This is a solid state. Still cool. But I definitely I like that Silverton. That's cool.
Wow. Silverton did make some pretty good amps back in the day.
Yeah.
I had an old bass head that I gave away to my brother-in-law. I should have. That thing kicked.
Yeah, I heard a story back in the day about Danelectro.
Yeah.
Nathan Daniel used to make Danelectro amps for Sears, according to this story, whether it's true or not. And Sears approached him to ask him if he knew how to build guitars. Well, he lied to them and told him he did. So that's kind of why Danelectro guitars look like they do.
Wow.
All right.
The covers were actually lipstick tubes that they got from the Max Factor.
Right.
And the original ones had aluminum necks on them. I had one from, I think, 58 in here that was the earliest one I've ever seen.
Right.
It had an aluminum neck, and then they went to I think I read somewhere pear wood on a frame with a masonite top, and that's how they build them.
Wow.
Some of the ones they make now are remarkably similar in construction, but some of them have a lot of improvements in them too.
Right. So your Reverb is the Guitar Depot.
Well, our reverb shop is the guitar department.
Guitar department.
Or you can access that through www.adviseguitars.com.
Okay. And you are located?
We are at 972 Kenmore Boulevard in Akron.
Okay. Well, I had a great time coming down here, and I will definitely stop through again the next time we come. It will be middle of April, I think around the 16th. So we'll check in on you again then.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Thanks for letting me show you around the shop.
And thank you for letting us film it, and we appreciate it.